Conover.
Here.
Heather Franklin.
Here.
Carlos Avia.
Here.
Timothy Orman.
Here.
Adina Hoover. Kevin Marin.
Here.
Alexandria Mill.
Okay, stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the chair will entertain a motion to enter closed session to discuss specific employees, student discipline, and superintendent evaluations.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Miss Mill.
Yes.
Mr. Marin.
Yes.
Miss Franklin.
Yes.
Mr. Orman.
Yes.
Miss Bravia.
Yes.
Miss Conover.
Yes. Okay, we'll be back.
How are you, by the way?
I'm pretty good, how are you? And first up is the approval of minutes. So the chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the February 24th, 2026 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the closed session of the February 24th, 2026 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do we have public comment? Nope. No public comment, okay. Moving on to the consent agenda, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Personnel recommendations, Anthony Cercioni, okay. For science at Westmont High School, Margaret Devine, Westmont High School Scholastic Bowl volunteer, and resignations. Number 2, approval of the March 2026 expenditure report. Number 3, ratification of the February 2026 regular payroll. Number 4, approval of the IHSA membership. Number 5, a paint donation. Number 6, approval of student tours, Westmont Junior High School and Westmont High School. Ratification of the amended 2025-26 CUSD 201 regular school board meeting calendar. Before I ask, that ratification is because as of January 1st, 2026, a law went into effect that we couldn't hold a school board meeting on a election day, which was yesterday, but we approved that calendar prior to that law going into effect. So that is what we are approving right here, is changing tonight's meeting from yesterday to tonight because we are legally not allowed to hold it yesterday anymore. Is that real circular? Any questions on that? No. Okie dokie. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Marin.
Yes.
Ms. Franklin.
Yes.
Mr. Horman.
Abstain.
Mr. Avia.
Yes.
Ms. Conover.
Yes.
Ms. Mill.
Yes. Motion passes. Okay, information and discussion. Presentation of the fiscal 2025 year audit.
Hello, my name is Allison Kamen. I was the manager in charge of the district's audit this year. So you all should have packets if you wish to follow along. I'll call out page numbers. Feel free to stop me along the way if you have questions, but I'll also pause at the end for questions. I did want to thank Ron and his team. Without you guys, we really can't put this together. So thank you so much for working with us in order to get this completed. On page 12, you'll notice that the district did get the Certificate of Achievement for fiscal year 24, so congratulations on that. I'll be moving to page 15, which is our opinion. So for this opinion, it's a very clean opinion, no modifications of any kind, best opinion you can get. That's really all this is saying here. Going to page 19 is the management discussion and analysis. Just wanted to point this out as I'm sure you know, the finance team and Ron do a lot to put this together along with our report writing team assists. But really it's a financial overview of the entire year. There's a lot of analyticals and things in here that is very useful for understanding the total financial picture. So I would just highly recommend reading this in depth. Moving on to page 32, here I'll just be giving some brief financial highlights. Give me a second to flip. So starting with the general fund, which is made up of the education, student activities, tort, and working cash funds. So it had a fund balance of about $9.1 million, which is 56% of the total fund balance, which is $16.2 million. Flipping once to page 34, we have the income statement here. The general fund had a net decrease, change in fund balance from last year to this year of about $968,000. And in total, between all of the funds, there was about a $339,000 net decrease in fund balance. Most of this can be attributed to overall rising costs and less grant funding. If you flip the page again, page 36, just wanted to make note of the notes to the financial statements. Here you're going to be able to find a lot of the significant accounting policies as well as schedules such as capital and long-term debt. The budget will start on page 93, which has the original and final budget, as well as any comparisons there. And next, we'll be moving to the management letter, which is a separate document, just like this. So we did have one current year recommendation. This is just an FYI. There's nothing to say that anything you're doing is wrong. It's just we've seen a lot in the IT space of risks that are coming up, phishing attacks and those kinds of things. So we're just making the board aware. There are 6 prior year recommendations. One has been implemented. The rest are in various stages of, I know Ron and his team are working on. And lastly, just wanted to touch on the very last page of this. There's 2 upcoming GASB statements, 103 and 104, which our team will assist in implementing with the report next year. Any questions?
Can you explain on page of the management report, I guess it's not numbered, the pages, but it's number 5, where it talks about the commingled cash?
The commingled cash, sure. So this was a comment last year as well as this year. So when we look at the funds, we would anticipate they all be positive to make up the full balance. And it appears that within the accounts payable sweep account, there was just multiple funds like education, IMRF, about 5 of them which have a negative fund balance. So that's going to be something we want the district to look into, likely a software thing with the cash allocation that just needs to be adjusted.
Ron, can you speak to that?
Yes, when I first came on board, that was one of the first things I identified. So we are working on that and reallocating our financials to make sure that that doesn't happen.
So what is it like, what is happening? Like layman's terms, explain it, please.
Sure. It's like you have one bank account that has this much money and another bank account that you're in, like in a negative. So you need to make sure that you put things in the right spot.
Okay. Is that because of like we didn't budget correctly in those individual accounts, or?
I don't know what the thought was at the time. I know, for example, the one was IMRF and Social Security that really hit me quickly. So I can't speak to my predecessor, but it's being addressed.
Okay. So what are you doing to address it? Right, you weren't here last year.
Yeah.
So, but what adjustments have you made?
So, for example, the corporate personal property replacement taxes can be placed in a variety of funds. You can put them in the 10 fund, 20 fund, 60, 50, which is IMRF Social Security. So that's the one, like I said, my little bank account that was a pretty severe negative. So rather than put that in another fund, I've dedicated it to the IMRF Social Security in addition to levying the taxes so that we can break even on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is, it's just reallocating whatever funds that we can move around legally and making sure that we plan and see through it. So it is being addressed for sure.
Okay. So getting the revenues into the right spot.
Correct.
And why does that have an effect on the cash balance? Because the cash balance was $12,615,000 in June of '24 and only $1.9 million in June of '25.
That's likely due to some of these being negative, but also just outstanding items is likely a portion of that. The full amount of the AP sweep account, that is a very large discrepancy, hence why we're pointing it out here. But I think part of the procedures that Ron's trying to put into place is to get those more aligned with what we would expect.
Was there something with, we got payments at a different time last year, I feel like. There was a delay of some kind.
There were, I believe so.
Could that have impacted this? What was that?
I believe so. I think I know Mandy and I were
Because it came like right at the end of the school year. We would normally have gotten a payment already, and we didn't. And it was happening to the whole, like, all of DuPage. It was like a clerk error or something.
I can, yeah, let me
Can you
talk.
look at that?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was in Cook last year, and the same thing happened. There was a software issue, and it delayed the taxes by like 3 months.
Yeah. If that could have impacted these two numbers, right? Like, just to,
We can look. Yeah.
can you ask that? Yeah.
It'd be nice to get, you know, if you could get an answer to this, if you could share that with us when you figure out what's going on here, that would be.
Absolutely.
And if it's not that, maybe just showing like year over year, more than 1 year, right? Is this a trend that we bounce up and we bounce down? Or was it pretty consistently, you know, $12 million and 2025 was a weird, you know, out of the edge case for some reason? Any other questions? Cool. Any comments? Ron, Jack?
I do have a comment. I really did appreciate working with this firm. This is the first time I've had to do it with them. It was pretty easy and straightforward. So I'm really grateful to you guys and Don. And sometimes when I have a comment, just like what we were saying, so I'm just making sure the funds were in the right spot. They were very quick with helping with adjustments and journal entries. It's nice to have.
So this essentially closes the 2024-2025 school year, right? Our books, essentially. Are we approving this tonight?
Yes.
So we approve this tonight, and then will all of these documents go up on the website, or is there a delay, or?
As soon as we approve of it tomorrow, we should have these on the website, in addition to anything with the contracts exceeding dollar amounts. All the auditor pieces would be done. And it's approved, so it's official.
Okay, so are these in executive content right now?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yes.
So when they go on the website, can we add them to public content in our agenda, but then also where they're at on the web, please?
For sure.
Okay, well, thank you so much. for
Thank
your
you.
time.
you.
Appreciate it. Okay, student handbook revisions. Come on down, Adam.
Good evening, board, administration, how are you guys? My name is Adam Kordlewski. I'm the assistant principal at Westmont High School, and I am the chairman of the handbook committee. And I would like to take this time to go over the revisions for the 26-27 school year. But before that, we got some new members. I just want to give you a little brief history since I've been here. My first year here, we were still printing a paper handbook. And last year, we decided to move away from the paper handbook, save the district some money, and go to a digital format. And that format was developed using the Illinois Principals Association's student model student handbook. And that was developed by the legal team, the lawyers at the IPA, that aligns all the Illinois school code mandates into one handbook with the proper language. So what we did was we purchased that for the district and then applied it to one district handbook with separate parts for the schools. So it's pretty much a one-stop shop now for all parents and community members and students. All right. And now, with the use of the revisions from the Model Student Handbook from the Illinois Principals Association, we are very easily updating the mandates that are necessary for our handbook and still in compliance with the Illinois School Code. And we pretty much align with all the other school districts that are using this as well. All right. So I'll kind of give you a brief rundown of our revision template over here. Red will mean that we're omitting those sections or words, and green will be additions for those areas of the handbook. If you look on page 1, where it says page 15, you'll see that they updated the subgroups And that language will be added throughout the handbook. You'll see that those subgroups are new subgroups that we want to identify, that they're being addressed, so then it'll be kind of changed throughout. So that is one of the additions from the Illinois School Code. When you go through the next page, page 2 through about 10, you'll see that you'll have a lot of red on the left side and green on the right side. Sometimes there's only minor words and or different things that are being taken out. And then the green will be the new version that's coming in that was adjusted for this year. So those are mandates, and this is kind of in no particular order, but those are state mandates that are required to go in our handbook. So I'm going to skip to page 10. Here we have our couple of building additions that we have. One of them I think that's important is school bus safety rules that is now added. So we'll have an aligned in our handbooks for school bus safety. Some good tips over there too if your students want to look that over. And on page 83, we're making an adjustment to from 2 to 3 parties, which I think is a great addition there. If you guys want to, and again, the next couple pages are just going to be those mandates that are added. You can see a lot of green. Those are ones that we're going to put into the handbook in lieu of the other ones that are on the left side. Then I scroll down to page 20. For the high school, for safety issues, we're adding that deliveries are not allowed to the high school by students for food and any other delivery. This can cause an issue for us with, DoorDash and things, people that we don't identify coming to the buildings, different doors too, because when you type in the school, they'll sometimes go to the door 21 in the back, door 1 in the front, and so we just want to make sure that we have a solid, even playing field there, so we don't have any issues with I didn't know or anything like that. We do have a system in place where if parents want to come by and drop some stuff off, that they can enter the vestibule only and drop off in little cubby holes over there. So we do have means in place to for those students that need different things dropped off. If you go to the next page, on page 21, where it says throughout on the left, there's new language that's going to be adjusted for our medical issues. We're going to use the term licensed medical practitioner, and this is again from the Model Student Handbook in the IPA. That'll be put in place of nurses, school nurses, doctors, nurse practitioners, everything. It'll encompass all that, so we won't have to specifically address that. On page 46, I'm sorry, on the left side, you'll see page 46. We're going to make additions to our behaviors, but we're having no, or our AUP, I'm sorry, we're going to have no unauthorized recordings and devices allowed, and that language is developed so that we make sure that we have privacy and that we're obeying all the laws within the classroom. There's recently some new glasses and pens and things that can do little recordings, so only authorized recording devices like the Chromebooks will be allowed. If you scroll down to page 22, the high school, our athletic code of conduct will be amended. We had a reduction in place from prior, and we had no means of providing those supports or courses or programs to reduce the suspensions from athletic events. So therefore, we're eliminating those from the handbook you'll see over there. I think I missed something there. Do you have any questions for me?
I would like to know how much time has been saved with this new process.
Oh, that was great. It was more and more efficient. We do have a committee, and we were in and out in under an hour, and now we'll add these additions once approved and deletions, and then it's electronically already done, and we can just do it really quickly. So we appreciate the board supporting this model student handbook purchase that we have, and if we can make sure that we continue, because the mandates keep coming, and now they're arranged very easily for us to keep in compliance.
Yeah, so there is obviously a cost to this every year, right? From an administrative perspective, like how much time do you think it saves with all of these inputs? If you had to put like an hours on it?
Adam did it, so
Well,
he had a lot of-
and was Adam able to do it before? Or did Adam have to do it with
Every
all the
building
help
did
of every?
separately.
Oh,
We
every
only
building
had,
had their own handbook.
yeah.
So a lot of time.
So lots of hours.
Oh, yeah.
Paper.
We're turning back and forth and then finding, it was difficult.
Yeah, so arguably we have 5 schools, right? We have 5 buildings, I have to think about that. And before that work was done by 5 different sets of secretaries. And now it's able to be done by one person, maybe costing the same amount of time by one person, so a decrease of, somebody do that math,
Very
I can't do
efficient, Very
it.
efficient. Appreciate it much.
Awesome.
Mr. Lipinski's here. He was part of the process too. He's a big help. Ms. Sinovich at Miller, Steph Just at Manning, Tiffany Teresi at South. They've all been really helpful. Ms. Gosart is also a big help and dedicated some of her time along with some of the other committee members. So I want to thank everyone there.
Yeah, please extend our thanks as well. This is great and much easier, and we're happy that this has been helpful for you guys. You're able to spend your time,
Thank you so much.
all the stuff. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks, Mike.
Finance and facilities recap.
Okay. You want me to take it? Well, we went over the financial piece. We went into some detail about the budget reductions that need to be made. And we highlighted those and took some questions and answers, and we'll do some more follow-up in the near future. But we are financially in a position where we have to make some careful reductions to balance our budget, and we're on course for that, and we outlined the different areas where we are making that happen. We moved on to a follow-up from the 24th meeting, and there was a series of questions that people had asked and the committee had asked, and I think we followed up on those issues. And I think we brought a lot of that to resolution, including enrollment projections, working cash, looking at the eminent domain issue, and we're still in process with that. We talked a little bit about community engagement, and we're moving forward with listening sessions on April 28th that we will publicize, and then a Zoom meeting on the 29th, and then another in-person meeting, I believe, on May 19th. There is a funding opportunity through Congressman Sean Casten's office that was brought to our attention by Ange and Leah, and Joe Smith went forward and put together a package and has been in contact with the Congressman's office. So that's an attempt to secure additional funds to have less of a burden on our taxpayers. And that's the recap.
Board members? Ron?
So if you're out there listening, please email Sean Casten to let him know that he wants to support schools, and we want the money to be able to improve our facilities. That is all.
We will be posting on the website, we're putting together a letter that can be copied and pasted and emailed to Sean Casten's office. This is part of federal funding that as he gets to, allocate. Different Westmont, the Westmont Park District got some funds for it in previous years. There's been, I think Marker has gotten some funds in previous years. It seems really well dispersed amongst his constituency, but there is certainly a public, the more that he hears from his public in that area, right, the more likely that funding is. So this is a need, right? And we're trying to look at all of the different ways that we can potentially fund all of the work that our district needs. And our ask is that the community helps share that with Sean Caston and his team. So we've done this stuff. We're going to put it onto the website, and then there might be a social post as well at some point, so keep an eye out for that. Ron, are you going to update the PowerPoint deck that was that was shared during the meeting and posted on the website with notes?
That is correct.
When can we expect that, realistically?
Let me aim for Monday, if that's okay.
Okay. And then if we could post that both on the website and then also in the agenda here so that it's in the public. I think we got some good feedback. Anybody want to talk about like feedback? What we talked about, the committee that we received tonight?
Feedback for the PR committee, you mean, or just in general?
Well, I mean, just anything that we kind of got, feedback that we received during the Finance and Facilities meeting.
I don't.
Nope.
To me, it just appears we have to kind of decide where we're going to go, what we're going to do, you know. Would like more of the public's input on this subject, you know, what they want us to do, what they think we should do. I'd love to have more people come out, but, you know, at a minimum, please jump on the Zoom link when it comes up, you know, participate, have your voice heard, let us know what you want.
I was happy about the village's response to the TIF funds and what they talked about and how they were going to work to make sure that the TIF funds could be transferred
The 25%.
building. Well, did they say 25%? I think they said.
So that's where the funds are 25% of the taxes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes up that fund that we get yearly.
No, what I'm talking about is they were talking about the TIF funds for Manning.
Yeah, that's that.
Oh, okay.
There's two ways that those funds come to us. We get 25% every year in cash. That's that fund that has kind of come up that we've been holding on to. And then there is that increase to our revenue line that happens when the TIF ends. So it comes to us in both of those ways. But they're specifically talking about that 25% because that is not a normal, most districts don't get any of the funds from the TIF. They just have to live without it. So that was a non-normal agreement that a previous board made.
But didn't they say that the statute didn't prohibit that money from ultimately being used? Like if they...
It's used to remove a school building that exists in the TIF district, then the funds can then be used for the replacement of that school building. Yeah.
Right.
There is a statute that allows for that, yes, which is wonderful. That was very nice for them to say that, and frankly, do that work rather quickly. In just a couple of weeks, they got us an answer that we asked for.
Actually, I'm reminded of two things that came up now. One, it was nice to hear from, just to have the presence of people whose homes could be affected by some of the solutions being proposed, and to get those people in the room was nice. Or that person. It was only one person, but it would be nice to have those people really involved in this, you know, in any way that they feel comfortable being involved. And then the other thing was just the mention of this was mentioned by a few people in the room that we are at a point of inflection in the district, right, where current situation financial is unsustainable, and we can't stay on the same track of performance. Clearly, we cannot stay on the same track of performance in the district with the finances in the shape that they're in, and that it was good to have that sort of bubble to the surface in the meeting, from the community.
Yeah, I think there was a key point that you know, voting no, the schools won't stay status quo. You know, things, that is making a decision, things will change.
Yeah, the reality is, the number of projects that we've needed to do in the last decade has only grown. It hasn't
Right.
changed. They've gotten more expensive. They don't go away just because we didn't get additional funding for them via a referendum. So we are still in a spot where we must fix them. We have committed to fixing them. So we need to decide either how we do that without additional funds, which means a measurable difference in class sizes, right? Which means an impact to our programming in all the ways that will all have impact, right? No additional funds is not a status quo stays the same. Or if we would like to attempt to get additional funds again, and those are our two choices, essentially. So
Right,
problems didn't go away.
turns out.
Weird.
We will make sure to do everything we can to meet with each of those 7 homeowners. Ron has already been in communication with them, and we'll keep following through.
That's great. It's great.
I thought it was interesting to see the enrollment data over the last 6 years or so, and I know that we look at it every year, but it was nice to look at it. I thought it was, I thought seeing the piece that our class size actually grows between 8th and 9th grade over the last six years, so we're actually gaining students at the high school every single year is really nice to see.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. People, to me, that's telling me people recognize how well the school's performing academically. You know, hopefully that translates, our other schools are performing similarly. Hopefully people can recognize that.
And I thought there was a lot of good questions and comments about the financial piece. It seemed like it took up over half of the meeting, so I think there was a lot of interest in it.
So you bring up a really good point. I want to say one thing, and then I'm going to speak to that. It sounds like the administration and the union are working their darndest to find solutions in this budget that have the least amount of impact on our students and our union members, our community as a whole, and I want to thank everybody for that work. To that comment, so the job of the Finance Committee, okay, is to work on the budget. And we've essentially kind of done this group Finance Facilities Committee meeting thing a couple of times now. I think that now is an appropriate time for us to decide if we would like to go back to how we did this over the last couple of years, and that is move these larger finance and facilities conversations to a strategic planning, which is an ad hoc committee, which is a temporary committee, so that the Finance Committee can go back to its regularly scheduled work, which is working on the budget. There's a reason why I took much of the meeting, because that is the work that the Finance Committee would be doing this time of year, and so that the Facilities Committee can also kind of get back to its regularly scheduled programming. So is there any thoughts on that from the board?
I think they should be separated because I think that they're both very important pieces, and I think that you need to devote sufficient time to each of them, and I don't think combining them together sufficiently devotes the time that's needed.
When you say combining, are you talking about finance and facilities, or are you talking about finance, facilities, strategic planning?
Finance and facilities, I mean, I think we saw today that trying to combine both of those together, we were pushing too much on both of them and not giving enough time for you know, the amount of discussion that needs to happen. So I think you should think about splitting those. I mean, were they separate? They were at one point?
So a couple of things. we have our regular committees per board policy have X number of jobs that they do every single year. Finance is a separate committee from facilities. They tend to meet joint a couple times a year because they are so intricately interspersed, right? And because they need to talk about next year. The conversations that we're having on the larger facility problem we did that in a strategic planning committee in the previous years because that's a whole board committee and it's temporary. So it's not a regular business of the board would be finance and facilities would meet jointly so that we could talk about what projects do we need to budget for next year, right? And then the finance committee would also meet on its own to work through that budgetary piece as well. And these, what would be not short-term, but not forever discussions, essentially about our larger facilities issues, would be a strategic planning situation.
I think another way of thinking about this, for me anyway, is that the job of the finance committee and the facilities committee is to talk about the resources available to the district in order to achieve the goals of the district, right? When the finance committee, and especially if it's in conjunction with the facilities committee, come to the conclusion that there aren't sufficient resources in the district to address the issues present in the district, then it becomes a strategic planning issue, right? If you're going to say we need more resources, it's no longer, the job of the finance committee is to deal with the finances as they exist, as they stand, not imaginary money that the district doesn't have. It's ill-equipped and certainly not out of scope. It's out of scope for that committee. It is in scope for an ad hoc strategic planning committee to plan for the future, right? And to come up with resources if the PR committee or someone says, hey, we need more than what we got here. So that's how I think about it, is that a lot of the things that are coming out of the Finance and Facilities Committee meetings of the recent ones are tending towards saying we need more resources, right? So if that's the case, then that becomes strategic planning in my mind. So, to my 2 cents.
I think when we started, it made sense, but now it certainly seems like the discussion is deepening. In my opinion, I think it moves to a strategic planning piece of it. What opinion does the board have?
I agree with that.
I would agree too.
I think we should call it something else besides strategic planning, because I'm not sure that if we're going to be talking about facilities and needs, I think that we need to convey to the public with the name of the committee what it is that strategic planning committee is doing.
Yeah.
I can get behind that for sure.
We've got freedom in that. It's just that it's the type of committee that it is. Yeah. Because it just opens up who can be involved in which other committees can be involved. It's a whole.
And allowing the committees that exist to do their jobs also, because that's the thing, and I think you said it earlier, like you do, especially when you're doing both, you do both not as well as you want to be doing them, and they don't get to do, honestly, this time of year, and that entire finance committee meeting should have been spent on the budget.
Yeah. And normally it would have been, yes.
The entire time. Would have only been that topic. And it wasn't. For good reason.
Alex, Kevin?
No, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Change the name to reflect what we're discussing.
Okay. Can we make that adjustment?
What are we calling it?
Well,
What the PR committee no, I'm kidding.
Call whatever you want.
can you just take it back to the admin and say, and figure out what you guys would like to call it? Strategic planning, colon? I don't know, what's the 2 dots? Semicolon? I don't know.
Yeah, colon.
What did we call it last time? It was strategic planning, finance and facilities, I think, but let's come up with why don't you come up with a idea and maybe send us a couple options
Okay.
Okay?
I mean, are we gonna be talking about facility needs at it?
It's, yep.
Or are we just
Building
call
the
it
future.
Facilities
Building.
planning.
I'm
I
anticipating.
think that
it's
is
gonna be
actually what we called it,
delegated.
was facilities planning.
Get ready,
I think,
Ron.
I think that actually is what we called it, was strategic planning, facilities planning committee.
Strategic planning, facilities planning.
Do we call it
How
that?
about strategic facility planning?
Whatever we called it last year, go for it.
Okay.
It hasn't been that long. The point being,
Run it through
finance gets back to the work of finance, facilities gets back to the work of facilities, and longer-term planning moves into the appropriate committee. Okey dokey. Any other comments, questions, concerns, feedback on the,
Finance and facilities.
great. Moving right on, demand response contract.
So, just so we know, there is a contract that is coming up, which is a demand response contract with Energy, who is our vendor for electric. It's a third party that finds the best deals possible for electric, and then gets the district an opportunity. Demand response typically is anytime throughout the year, they ask if you can turn off the system, the electric, within your building for a certain time frame. After doing that, they give you the heads up for the day before. The day of, then they tell you. They give you the window. Now, in my experience with it, it's savings. You can get a couple $1,000s for a building. I asked what buildings we could do it for. The high school was the one that they say is worth it. It doesn't have to happen during the school day. It could be during the weekend when there are not any kids or staff in the building. So I will bring this again to the board next month to see about renewing this, because it's a savings. It does allow us to take care of the grid while at the same time making some money back in return.
What makes the high school like worth it and the others
It uses
eligible?
more electrics from what the company was saying. Because I was pushing, I would love to have every building on it, but they said the high school is the only one that was eligible.
Would this interrupt any kind of athletic events or
No.
any kind of extracurriculars? Or
If it happens, if they ask or request to do it during a certain time frame, we don't have to comply.
Okay.
They can find another time. Typically, it's like in the summertime when no one's in the building,
Okay.
so,
Yeah, I had an employer that had a similar program, and it was big savings for them, so.
sure.
We do it too.
It's just another example of us trying to find ways.
Yeah, that's great. Is it possible to adjust the title of this to like add the word energy next to like demand response contract energy? I just like.
Yeah,
Or-
it is super non-specific.
It is really non-specific and a little bit like,
Almost worrying, yes.
it is almost like just the, what is the two dots, colon? I think it is a colon. Terrible, not my
Two
strong.
dots or a colon.
Colon
Semicolon has a
energy,
comma.
like, are we allowed to do that? Because if we are allowed to do that,
Yeah.
not only would it make searching our agendas, past agendas easier, and also it,
I am acknowledging that, and we'll take care of it for sure.
To modify the agenda.
they're strong words. Okay, great. If there are not any other comments, questions, concerns, we will move on to the action item portion of the evening. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the fiscal year 2025 audit as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Marin.
Yes.
Ms. Franklin.
Yes.
Mr. Horman.
Yes.
Mr. Avia.
Yes.
Ms. Conover.
Yes.
Ms. Mill.
Yes. Motion passes. The chair will entertain a motion to authorize and direct the treasurer to pay any bills received in March 2026 that have been budgeted for the 2026 fiscal year. So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Franklin.
Yes.
Mr. Horman.
Yes.
Mr. Avia.
Yes.
Ms. Conover.
Yes.
Ms. Mill.
Yes.
Mr. Marin.
Yes.
Motion passes. Superintendent's report.
Okay, there's a lot going on. I want to just say, follow up from our previous meeting that we're forming the athletic committee, and those invitations will go out in the coming week, and then we will have a meeting probably in late April. We really highly encourage students, parents, Booster Club members, coaches. I'm sure there'll be some board representation, alums, people from the community, to really gather as much input to put together maybe a renewed vision for what we're looking for the athletic experience for our students in this district, and then formulate that and strengthen the vision, come up with some SMART goals, and then proceed together to strengthen the experience our students have in athletics in our district. Along those lines, congratulations to the Westmont Junior High School state champion wrestling team. The coaches and the athletes should be so proud. Amazing accomplishment, very special, and it wasn't gained without a lot of tremendous dedication and hard work, and the assembly that took place on Tuesday was really beautiful. So congratulations to our coaching staff and all the student athletes, and to Westmont Junior High School for an amazing accomplishment there as state champions. We had our spring choir concert that was incredible. Congratulations to Mr. Troyer, Mr. Erlob. A great concert put on by our students. The spring musical was really special, and so many students not only enjoyed that, but performed so well. Our Scholastic Bowl team, which has won state championship and even a national championship in the last few years, is heading down to Bloomington this weekend to compete for the state championship. So good luck to Mr. DeMay and Mr. Chamberlain and the Scholastic Bowl team. And we are coming into testing season, when last year we saw incredible growth, some of the best in the state, and incredible achievement because of the work of our teachers and students and admin. So we want that to continue, because it's a way to measure our student learning and growth, which is really one of our top priorities. But we need to be focused, and by our next board meeting, the testing at the junior high and the elementary school will be near completion, and the high school will be starting. So it really isn't just a test score, it's really a way to measure what's most important to us, which is our student learning. And last year was phenomenal, and then I'm confident that this year will be too.
Great. Board reports.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's already recognized the achievement of the wrestling team, but I just kind of feel compelled to say a few things about what happened there, right, and how that was achieved. First of all, Coach Dave Wiesbrock and Coach Vic, the dedication is amazing to what they've achieved, and I really hope that they both can stay a part of wrestling in Westmont in some way going forward. I know it's difficult, I know it requires a lot of time, but it would be great to see them continue as a part of the wrestling community in Westmont, however that shapes. And also recognize a lot of parents that were involved in the success of this team, and especially Dave Wiesbrock's wife, Danny, who was really gave a lot of her time to the success of this team. And the last thing I want to say about that team and what that team achieved is it's a really good example of the kind of thing that we're talking about when we talk about vertical integration, community involvement. There's a lot that happened inside and outside of the wrestling room to make that team successful. And once you get momentum like that going, you can build on that. It's a model to learn from, both in terms of what went well and what didn't go well. So I really hope that all those people that I just mentioned can make their way to that committee meeting when it gets scheduled, so we can learn from their successes and frustrations.
Any other board reports?
I just wanted to shout out the Miller and Manning PTO. Those parents put on a really great fun fair, super well attended, like lots of fun games, memories, baskets. Like it was just a really great overall time, and I volunteered for a little bit, and my kids loved it, and the turnout was really great to see. It was a windy, cold, rainy day, and we still had lots of families showing up. So it was really good to see that.
Awesome, thank you.
Tomorrow night is the elementary talent show at the high school, and so it's always fun to see the kiddos get on that big stage, and we have a basketball dribbler and some dancers, some joke tellers, so it'll be fun to just celebrate
It's at the high school?
their gifts, yes.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Clear the agenda.
Okay, any other board reports? Do we have any public comment? We do not. Future meetings and events. South School's Family Night is coming up March 19th at 5 p.m. at South. The District 201 Fine Arts Festival, always a great night, March 25th at 7 p.m. at the high school. We do have a PLC dismissal on March 27th, and spring break starts March 30th and goes through April 6th. Fifth grade step-up night is April 9th at 6:30 at Westmont Junior High School. I'm not ready for that. And our next PR committee meeting is April 14th at 5:30 p.m. And our next board meeting just happens to be the exact same night at 6:30 p.m. So April 14th here at Village Hall, 6:30 p.m. There is nothing for closed session, so we will not have another closed session. Do we have any other communications? We do not. The chair will entertain a motion to adjourn the March 18th, 2026 regular meeting of the Board of Education.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.